up to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Go, Mike. Real time. Hey, let's come down. Red 80. Red 80. Hey, switch gears. Kill. Keep going, keep going.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Strip that ball.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. On the return, here's Agnew. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 36-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300. And I think the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Set! 180! Check. Watch what he's doing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. There he goes, right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Come on, dude. 22.
From the gun on 3rd down. Stafford completing it to the right side. Johnson. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that's going to make it 4th down. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is taken at the 15.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The New York set to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This is Bell. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Open man left side. That's the tight end, Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 more there and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Darnold on first down. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
It's a nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody come. Oh, he just stuck out there. They just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
To throw on second down is Darnold. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. Darnold. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. They'll run it with Bell. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Lions will take over.
32.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, easy.
On second down, Johnson. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Target.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He may try and run. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the interception, here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack on 1st down, Darnold, and the pressure gets to him again. Mike Daniels able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he's going to go down again. Devon Kennard. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Come on, fellas. Ready? 250.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. The business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
He hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They go play action here on first down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Ja'Kai Polite, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Double right.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
53. Ready.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Darnold now to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
280, 21.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. So 2 quarters. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy's stone-faced wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 27. And they start the second half with Johnson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They go to Johnson again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 3rd and 2, Stafford. James has it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
32. 11.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Let's get it. I got him. Back to mine. I got him.
Out of the shotgun, it's Bell.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Squeeze. You ain't got nothing. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no. Let's switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And he's got a moonwalk. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. A first down throw, Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try to get the offense going Johnson. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now. 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. Bell so light on his feet. And all the way down to the 39. It's a big run that time by Bell. 41 yards. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You taking charge.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Check 31, check 31.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll start the drive here with an end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Stafford. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Darryl Roberts right there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Henry Anderson, big man from Stanford, there for the stop. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Stafford. And this is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But, boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Bell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. The Jets on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll go again with Bell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
It's 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
They're going draw play. Stafford to Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
They can't hang with us.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. And he slings one that's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Defensively, you've got the nice lead here in the 4th quarter. You're saying, if they want to get a run of a little over 10 yards, that's okay.
I hear what you're doing there, and I think you're onto something. They've loosened up on defense, so don't get fooled by the nice runs you're getting now. You've got to get bigger plays, possibly think about throwing the football a bit more here.
Throwing is Stafford. Now a desperation throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
Mike 51. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. Let's get that.
Darnold is going to take a knee, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.